With fears that Kenya was headed for anarchy as the post-election violence escalated in late January 2008, the protagonists in ODM and the PNU coalition were forced to the table. Local and international pressure saw the beginning of peace and reconciliation negotiations. But it was a bumpy start, riddled with mistrust not just among the protagonists, but also of most of the foreign intermediaries who tried to step in.
There is a great deal of hope since both the ODM and the government have indicated that they are open to the possibilities of negotiations.
Pressure would see the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and the then United States Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice enter the fray. Tanzania's President Jakaya Kikwete, then chair of the African Union, also weighed in. Finally, it was agreed that a panel of African eminent personalities comprising the former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, former Tanzanian President Benjamin Mkapa, and former Mozambican First Lady Graça Machel mediate talks between the two sides.
It is extremely important that this country be able to move forward. That means that the political leaders from all persuasions, all sides, need to come to an agreement. They need to have a power-sharing arrangement.
Talks at the Nairobi Serena Hotel began to take a clear direction as the teams hammered out the elements of the peace deal that would later turn out to be the basis of the National Accord. A 4-point agenda was agreed upon. The first item was an immediate end to the violence and the restoration of the fundamental rights and liberties. The second agenda item demanded immediate measures to address the humanitarian crisis created by the killing of over 1,300 people and the displacement of at least 350,000 from their homes. Agenda item 3 was ending the political crisis. This was achieved when President Kibaki and ODM leader Raila Odinga agreed to share power and signed the National Accord. Agenda item 4 demanded heavy work on addressing the long-term issues behind the conflict, constitutional, legal and institutional reforms, land reforms, tackling youth unemployment, tackling poverty, inequity, regional development imbalances, and addressing impunity. The agreement included the creation of commissions to look into the botched election, the violence, and its causes. Other critical commissions set up included the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission and the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. The Working Commission into the post-election violence helped bring Kenya up close and candid with the causes of the violence and recommendations on how to address it.
In some ways, the post-election violence resembled the ethnic clashes of the 1990s and was but an episode in a trend of institutionalization of violence in Kenya over the years.
There has been a quiet agreement among many that the key to achieving Agenda 4 and fixing many of the items in the first 3 agendas demanded nothing short of a complete overhaul of the Constitution. The political class, represented by the Parliamentary Select Committee on Constitution and the Committee of Experts, managed to deliver to Parliament a draft with the views of Kenyans condensed from all the way back during the Bomas process in 2005. The first indication that Kenya was indeed close to a solution was the launch of the proposed constitution on the 6th of May 2010 at the KICC.
We all know that the road of the constitution review has been full of bumps, twists, and turns. Lives have been lost. Blood has been shed. Persons have been injured. Tears have flown.
After a fiery campaign period, Kenyans finally went to the referendum on the proposed constitution on the 4th of August 2010.
Yes. Yes.
Kenyans approved the document by a 67% majority.
Kupata katiba mpya ni mwanzo. Sasa ndio kazi inaanza.
The historic journey that we began over 20 years ago is now coming to a happy end.
The chief instrument for the achievement of the 4 agendas of the mediation process is now here. The race is already on to implement the basics of the new order, whose first major test will be the general election of August 2012. Noah Otieno, KTN Prime.